Hello, Facebook Live. It is day 17 of the 30-day life challenge, and today I'm coming to you with a new hairstyle. I'm obsessed. I cut my hair off today. If you've been watching the latest videos, my hair used to be like going down all the way down to here. Like it was super long, and I cut it off a hell lot today, as you can see. And I'm obsessed. I love it. And so I just wanted to share that with you here at the beginning. But other than that, we have something to talk about today. Something important. And if you've been here yesterday, okay, I gotta keep that hair out of my face though, because I don't like it when I don't see you with both of my eyes. If you've been here yesterday, you know that there was a homework. There was a contemplation inquiry, if you felt called to do so, about contemplating the question, where in your life you are avoiding life, and because of that you are avoiding pain. So this is what we talked about yesterday, to have a look at where you are avoiding pain in your life, and because of that you are actually avoiding doing the things you want to do. And if you have taken a good look at that, you might have noticed that there's quite some areas where you know what you gotta do to get to where you want to go, but you have not been doing it because there's a chance that you might experience pain, that you might experience failure or disappointment if you do that thing. And if you have an honest look at yourself, there might have been quite some areas where you noticed that. And today I want to look in depth with you to see, why do we do that? Why do we avoid the pain? What is the reason why we do that? Because we all know that there will always be some risk of pain in life if we want to get anywhere, if we want to succeed at anything. So why is it that we're so afraid of pain? Why is it that we're so afraid of failing or getting disappointed? What is it about it that we feel like we can't handle? And because of that, we are not even trying to play the game, to succeed, to have a chance at winning. Because the thing is, if you're not trying, you don't have a chance to win. You have to play the game to win. If you're not playing the game because you're scared you might lose, you have already lost. But somehow, we end up doing that. We end up not playing the game because we're scared of losing, and by that we ensure that we lose. But somehow we tell ourselves, if we know from the start that we're gonna lose, then it's better than if we let ourselves hope that we might actually be able to win, and then we lose and then we get disappointed. But it's not better. A guaranteed loss is not better than having a chance at winning, getting your hopes up, and then maybe having a failure and losing once, twice, a few times, and then winning a few times. I would rather win every once in a while and lose a lot than never win at all. What do you think? I mean, isn't it better to have a few wins? And over time you'll get better at the game and you'll have more wins than to never have a chance at winning at all? It's a lot better, right? So why do we do that? Let's have an honest look. Why are we doing that? Why are we so scared of pain that we don't even give ourselves a chance to win? That we don't even try? And the reason is what we connect with pain. The stories we tell ourselves, what it means when we are in pain. So if you look back at your childhood, if it has been in any way similar to mine, and a lot of people have experienced similar things, from an early age on, we are told, or we are shown, better said, that being in pain is something that needs to be avoided. So it's not just physical and emotional discomfort. It is something that is troubling, not just to us, but, sorry, I have a hair here, but to our environment. So, for example, when you were a little child and you ran and you fell on your face and I don't know, you scratched your knee, you had a little wound somewhere, and you came to your parents crying in pain, did it happen to you that they told you like, oh no, don't cry, there's no reason to cry, look, it's gonna pass, it's already healed, it's fine, don't cry. Or that you came home from school and something happened in school that made you sad and you cried and your parents were like, no, just don't cry, I'm gonna cheer you up, let's do your favorite thing, let's do this, let's do that. You don't need to cry, we can make it better right away. And all of that is very well intended, and they didn't mean anything bad by that. They thought they would help us. But the truth is, what it made us think and feel about the pain we were experiencing is that it is not okay to feel it. That it's wrong to feel pain. That it's something that we need to avoid. So instead of telling us it's okay to be sad, it's okay to be in pain, it's gonna pass, this is part of growing up, this is part of being human. They made us feel that it is something that we need to avoid. And they didn't do that on purpose. They did that because that's how they learned to deal with pain. Somewhere along the way, humanity has forgotten how to deal with pain in a healthy way. But that's how we learned that we need to avoid pain. And on top of that, there is something else that we learned. And that is that pain is punishment. Because how often did it happen to you that you did something wrong, you made a mistake, and then you were punished in some way that was painful to you? And that doesn't need to be physical, although sadly a lot of people have experienced that too. But it doesn't have to be. It could be something like you weren't allowed to go out to see your friends, which causes you pain and disappointment, emotional pain and disappointment. Or something else. You had to do a really annoying task that you didn't like to do. This is emotional pain too. You were punished with pain for whenever you did something wrong. So what connotation does that create in your head? Pain is punishment. Pain means I either did something wrong and then it's a punishment, or it means I am wrong when I am experiencing pain because I've been taught that pain needs to be avoided at all costs. And when I am feeling pain, I am wrong in some way and I need to change. So what we connect with the idea of pain is that either we are wrong or we are doing something wrong. And in that, in some way we are bad, we are not worthy, we are not lovable. That's the beliefs that we have built around the idea of experiencing pain. That we are wrong, we are bad, we are not lovable, we are not worthy. And if we have those beliefs around pain, of course we are going to avoid it at all costs. Because that's the one thing that we all need to feel and that we're all looking for and trying to ensure all the time that we feel is that we're good enough, that we're lovable, that we're worthy. It's like our most basic need is to feel loved and to feel lovable. It's that inner child within us that it seeks validation. It desires to feel that it belongs and that it's okay and that it's right in this world and it's right as it is. And so when we are at risk of experiencing any kind of pain, and that part of us gets activated and fears that we might end up feeling pain, and that means we're going to end up feeling unworthy, not lovable, wrong, bad. Of course we're going to avoid the pain. Because that's the last thing we want to feel. And we rather feel like we're not moving forward, we're rather having a constant little bit of disappointment about our life, than risking to get our hopes up and then feel the crushing pain of disappointment or failure that makes us feel so unworthy and so unlovable. Rather, we constantly charge ourselves with tiny doses of feeling unworthy and unlovable by never even trying, than having to deal with a big dose all at once. But the truth is, you can handle the dose. You can handle the feeling of disappointment and of pain. It is not something that you can't deal with. If you disconnect your feelings of worthiness, of being good enough, of being lovable, of being a good person, from pain, from the concept of pain, from experiencing pain. And you can do that. Once you become aware that this is what you believe and this is what you're connecting in your system with pain, you can actually go in and you can change those beliefs and you can disconnect these things. You can disconnect your experience of pain from these ideas about yourselves and beliefs about yourselves. And once you do that, feeling disappointed, feeling some failure, feeling some pain will be far less tragic for your system. It will be far less intense for your nervous system. It will be much easier to deal with. So much easier. And the thing is, even if you haven't yet disconnected those beliefs from the experience of experiencing pain, even if you're still fully feeling it, you can deal with it. You can handle it. You constantly have been training yourself to deal with it because you've been constantly charging yourself with little tiny doses of that pain 24/7 in the process of trying to avoid it. And so you constantly disappointed yourself all the time, making yourself feel that pain in tiny little doses all the time. So you've been literally making yourself, in a way, immune, training yourself, strengthening your capacity to deal with that pain. You can handle a big dose. You can handle it if there's a big flush of that pain rushing through your system. You can deal with it. You've trained yourself to do so. And wouldn't you be much less disappointed with yourself if you actually gave yourself a chance to try to win instead of constantly avoiding pain so much that you don't even try, that you don't even give yourself a chance to win? You're not even playing the game? Isn't it so much better to try and lose a few times, but actually have a chance at winning than to not play at all? I believe it is. I honestly would rather try to win and see what I can do and lose a few times. Okay, whatever. Maybe I need a few trials until I win for the first time, but at least I've tried. And then I have an actual chance at winning. I would rather go ahead and try and lose 10 times, 20 times, 30 times before I win for the first time than never try at all and never even have a chance to win. Right? So let's stop. Let's stop avoiding the pain. It's a part of life. It's a beautiful part of life once we learn to deal with it in a healthy way. Let's stop avoiding it. Let's learn to deal with it so we can give ourselves an actual chance at winning. Because as long as we avoid pain, we also avoid pleasure, we also avoid success, we also avoid happiness, we also avoid all our dreams coming true. We avoid life. Let's not do that anymore. Let's learn to deal with pain in a healthy way. Let's learn to handle the pain of disappointment and failure so that we can actually give ourselves a chance to win. Because we can do it. We are perfectly able to. You're capable of dealing with the pain of disappointment and failure. But ask yourself if you're ready to deal for the rest of your life with the constant disappointment of never even having tried. I'm not ready to do that. Are you? With that being said, I hope this gave you some inspiration. I hope this gave you some insight on how you can support yourself in this process of learning to no longer avoid pain, and in that no longer avoid your life and no longer avoid your success. Because when we avoid our pain, we avoid our success. Because there is no success without failure. The most successful people in the world have failed many times before they succeeded. Because failure is a part of success. It's part of the pathway to success. We find the way to success by figuring out the ways in which it doesn't work, in which we're not getting there. This is a natural part. You've never succeeded at anything right away from the start, right? It doesn't work like that. We have to develop skills, we have to develop abilities. We fail a few times and eventually we get better and we succeed. It's like when a little child begins to walk. They're falling on their face a few times before they're actually able to take a few steps. But they don't care about that. They're totally ready to fall on their face as often as it takes until they're able to walk because they want to walk. And so they're ready to deal with the pain of falling on their face. And that's the approach we gotta take on again. And I hope this life has given you some inspiration to do that for yourself, because I would love to see you thrive. I would love to see you go for your dreams and be able to deal with any setbacks that come, knowing that eventually you're gonna get there. Because the one thing that guarantees success is that when we continue to try, we'll eventually have the skills and eventually we're going to succeed. Continuing to try is your pathway to success. So let's do that. Let's do it. What have we got to lose? There's nothing to lose. We can deal with the pain of some failure and disappointment. We can deal with anything. We're strong. And if there's something we're not ready to deal with yet, we're going to build our capacity. Because we can. Because you were born for this. Whatever it is you feel that you want to do with this good one life of yours, you have the desire to do it because you were born to do it. You were born to do it. So let's not let fears of failure, fears of pain hold us back anymore. Let's do this. Because there's nothing that I want to see more than a world where we're all going for it. Where we're going for our dreams. We're going for what we're here to do. And we're rising together and living our best life. Okay. This felt beautiful. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for having this conversation with me. These are honestly the moments that make me the happiest in my day. I am so enjoying this life challenge with you all because it makes me come to life to talk to you like that. Even if it's nearly 10 p.m. here in Italy right now. I don't care. This felt amazing. Thank you for having this conversation with me. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did so, leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, tell me what you feel and think about this. What's your experience? What you took away from this? And if you know someone whom you think could profit from this video or would love to hear all of this, please feel free to share. And I will see you again tomorrow for another live in this 30-day life challenge. I love you all so much. Have a beautiful day, evening, depending on where you are. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Bye. Take care.